Okay, welcome back everybody. I meant to get started a lot earlier, but I had to cook some stuff and it took me forever. So here I am back. We're pretty much at the same point that I left off yesterday. The only difference is I fixed a couple of background things to A, count how many enemies are left on the stage, and B, keep track of the stage. So hopefully I fixed two of those bugs that we were having. They are on the, let me mute my speaker here. They're on the HIO page. So we're going to continue today by looking at the HIO page, copying that little list into Notepad again, and just breaking down another one of the tasks. So, geez, nobody's really texting me. It's just I'm in like chat rooms and stuff. I gotta turn that stuff off. Okay, so let me bring up the Notepad so you guys could see it. Okay, actually, let me shrink this so you guys can see it. Okay, so tutorial messages is what we did yesterday. We actually have one more thing to do for that, but I'm just gonna take that off the list. Align character selects, kind of not really a concern right now. Explosion sound, it's done already. Walking speed, we were talking about that yesterday, and that might be something we might be able to fix today. So I'm gonna move this down and have it as a maybe sort of thing. I said the time delay thing wasn't gonna really be an issue now that there's a limit of 2. Credits for being in the game, that's something that should be pretty easy. What I really want to do with that is I want to make on the Vita, I basically unlocked a level where if you select that level, it shows the credits. I also had like 2 extra bonus levels on Vita, which I'm probably not, maybe I'll do later in the future, but I'm not going to aim to do that anytime soon. So the touch controls, I'm probably going to leave for last just because I have to kind of figure that out and just write that out myself. Character select. So character select, I kind of started working on. I made the different characters. I made their animations. The only thing is, well, I guess I can have the game spawn a certain character. You can spawn a certain character at the time. So right now, Dynamite Dude is just there. And instead of having him there, I could make him a prefab, which I think he already is. Let me go over here. Okay, so actually, they're all prefabs. Except for the mole for some reason. Oh, that's the mole, okay. Yeah, so they're all prefabs, so I should actually just be able to take Dynamite Dude off of there and just spawn him onto the map. So actually, the way it works right now is if I have multiple copies of him. So let's say those 3. If I run the game from here, and that weird little physics thing happens, you're actually able to control all 3 of them. So if I were to just spawn one, you should be fine with being able to control it. So the thing is that the 2 dynamite limit is kind of global. So 2 of them will be able to use a dynamite, and 1 of them won't. I should try to make it so that it's 2 per character. That way, if somehow if I could get 2-player going, that would make life a little bit easier. or maybe I would have to kind of make a prefab so that the second player actually takes input from different keys or different a different joystick. Okay, so in terms of spawning the character and like picking a character, that's probably at this point the way we have it now is probably not that hard. Unlocked messages, we can actually forget about that because that's really like a text thing, and like putting text is not even that hard. And then dig with the mole. So the mole is going to be the special character. Sorry I ruined the surprise, but it's actually a special character that he's able to go underneath the rocks. So once you beat the game, you're going to unlock the mole, and then you're going to be able to play the levels again, and you can just go right under the rocks. You don't have to, like, it'll make the game that much faster. Okay, so I kind of want to try to do the walking speed thing because it should be pretty easy if it works, and if it doesn't work, then we can just move on to something else and like not even worry about it. I'm just trying to make this window a little bit bigger. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that size. Okay, so let's go to scripts, and we're gonna go to, well, okay, actually, let me see if I could show you guys. Actually, hold on, let me delete these guys. Okay, so now we only have one. I'm gonna see if I could show you guys because it depends on the screen ratio, I guess. Okay, so as you can see, the enemies are moving slower. If I align Dynamite Dude, he actually moves faster than they do. But I think if I make the screen wider, they move much faster, right? So Dynamite Dude pretty much moves at the same speed. Actually, he's still moving a little bit faster. But if I make the screen even wider, and it looks like this is adjusting kind of on the fly for you guys. So I don't know if it's gonna look weirder. I think it's based on the aspect ratio. So I don't know if it's gonna look weirder on YouTube or what, but you can see these blue bars on the side. They're kind of not supposed to be in the game. So as you can see, they're pretty much the same speed. Actually, I still think Dynamite Dude is a little faster. But you guys get the idea, I think. If I make it like really narrow, they should be super slow. See? Okay, so he's about twice as fast. Okay, so in reality, this probably doesn't matter that much because most screens will be 16:9 and it'll kind of work out. However, I mean, it's kind of good practice, and I also never know what people are going to play this on. Unity is designed to work for everything. So I want to be able to release it on the Android store. I want to release it for iPhone and iPad, and an Android phone or an Android tablet. On PC, people can have like 4x3 monitors, and PC, Mac, Linux. So let's try to see if we could get that going. It shouldn't be that bad to fix, because actually yesterday I kind of pointed out where the issue might be, and I think it's actually a lot easier than what I thought it would be to fix. However, I think in the interest of speed, I just didn't even bother to figure out how to do it. I just said, you know what, it's easier to just move it by precision instead of by physics. So I just I did it that way. Trying to get Microsoft Visual Studio open. Let's see if I could get a good aspect ratio for this, because it's a little wonky. I said wonky. Okay. Okay, so I think you guys can see that. Let me move this notepad. Let's move it. Let's make it smaller. Ooh, not like that. Let's see if this works. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this stuff. This is just a blank notepad that I pasted stuff in. So walking speed, I'm gonna make these like bullet points, I guess. By the way, I probably only have an hour today, maybe an hour and a half. I don't want to push it. I ended up staying up way too late last night, and I was really tired today. I don't feel tired now, but I am definitely not a morning person, and I struggled for the whole morning. And weirdly, I think I didn't like take a nap or fall asleep or anything, but I was kind of like struggling for like 10 or 20 minutes at a certain point. I also wasn't very sharp all day. Today, like right now, I feel a little better in terms of sharpness, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Okay, walking speed. So right now, it's taking pausing and putting that into the player. This is for the on the menu sprites and for the enemy sprites and possibly for the dynamite. It's taking pausing and it's putting into the sprite pausing, and it's changing. But what we want to do is it's some weird thing where you multiply move speed times move direction or something like that. And that'll give you like the sprite pausing or something like that. This is kind of like pseudocode. So it's really we're finding that line of code to change, and we're gonna look at how we have it in the function that we have it already for Dynamite Dude, and we're gonna use that for the enemies and for the menu sprites. So those are the tasks, I guess, for that. For the second bullet point here, we kind of already have a credit screen from like the Vita days. So basically, it's a PNG file into Unity. It might already be in Unity, and I'm just gonna bring it in as a sprite if it's not. So actually, I can make it its own scene, or I could just superficially put it the same way we have the menu on the main game. I can superficially just put it onto the level select screen. However, I think it'd be easier to just make it its own scene. And if we want to add anything to it, or like make it scroll, or like have its own separate music or something like that, then it'll be a lot easier to just do it as a different scene. So let's make that a task, create new scene. And then unlock. So what I want is to unlock it as level 51 when you beat the game. When you beat game. So that's gonna entail, you know, actually making a, so the way we have the levels here. Let me show you guys that. The way we have the levels here. So this is going to require aligning this a little bit better. We want to unlock one extra level, like one hidden level down here. And that'll be the level for the credits. Like you select the level and that'll bring you to the credits. And actually, now that I say that out loud, since we're selecting a level, that's bringing us to another scene. we might as well make the credits like a level where it goes to another scene. So that sounds like it's probably the best way to do that. All these, the alignment here is being generated by code. So I will have to add or subtract coordinates to each thing, which shouldn't really be that hard. So then I can move everything up and then have one level at the bottom. Or I could make the spacing a little bit tighter, or a combination of moving it up and making the spacing a little bit tighter so that I could fit like another row beneath, and that'll be a row for credits. Okay, so are you guys still seeing this notepad? Okay, yes, you are. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Oh, okay, that's good. It actually becomes bigger. So I'll move this down here. And unlock it as level 21, as level 51. So basically that's gonna entail aligning current levels closer to top, and condense spacing. Okay, and then add code for the special case of level 51, put the map there, and then put the icon there, and then let it be selectable. So add code for level 51. Okay, so, and then have a special case. I mean, that's going to be part of the code. Have a special case so that if you're selecting level 51, you go to it's just going to go to a separate scene. And that scene is just going to be a picture. Like, possibly some music in the future. But we can add that later. Alright, so for the character select / unlock, we're gonna change Dynamite Dude to spawn from code instead of from the UI. So that way we can choose who to spawn. I mean, I guess you could also like switch the sprite out, or like the texture or whatever. But that we already know how to add sprites like we did yesterday, so it might just be easier to do it that way. Spawn from code. So part 2 is add code to know who's unlocked and who's chosen. So basically, we can actually also use like the level that's unlocked to determine what characters are unlocked. So like, let's say the way I did it before was, once you beat level 10, that unlocks one character, level 20 is another character, 30, 40, etc. So we can just use that level to determine, okay, if we're past level 10, then one extra character is unlocked, or 2 total characters are unlocked. Past level 20, 3 total characters, etc. And then have another variable to say, it just keeps track of what player. So here on the level select screen, you're going to be able to choose your player with whatever button, choose your character, and then, so like, let's say you pick character 2, you store that character variable, so in a way that you can send it to the main game screen and say, okay, we're actually going to spawn on character 2 instead of character 1. Character 2 is going to have the exact same script and this exact same properties as character 1, except for the animation. The animation is going to be different sprites. And then gotta make sure you have that character also on the level complete screen. So yeah, so it's basically just keeping track of which character is chosen, put the number 2 if it's character 2, and then read that variable. Oh, that variable's 2. Let's select character 2. Let's display character 2. So that's actually not even that hard, now that I think about it. Okay, so choose character based on variable. Okay, so yeah, so I think I mentioned yesterday, sometimes when you want to program or when you want to make your game, it feels like it's going to be really hard. Like, oh my God, I have to do all this. I have to add a character. But actually, like a few days ago when I learned about the prefab stuff, I was like, oh wow, I'm actually going to set this up so that it's going to make character select a lot easier. And now I'm seeing how, like with the stuff we did yesterday of like spawning each character on the map, on the menu, now I see it's going to be a lot easier to just spawn whichever character we want. So, all right, so let's get started with that. I actually kind of want to start with the character because it seems like it's going to be pretty easy, but the walk speed is going to be, it's either going to work or it's not going to work, and it's going to be like an extra line of code and like maybe take out a line of code. So we could do that pretty easily. I just spent like half an hour talking. So let's say we have 45 minutes to an hour to get this done. And let's see how far we get. Okay, so let's go over here to the code. Maybe I should make this bigger. Okay, not that big. Okay, this thing doesn't look like it's really gonna cooperate. All right, whatever. Let's just make it this big. Okay, so we're here in the dude script. So it's move speed, I think is what we're looking for. Move direction. Okay, so move direction equals transform dot transform direction move direction. It's a little recursive, but that's okay. And then move direction times equals move speed. So instead of having us move by move speed, we're moving by a scale of move speed, if that makes sense. So move direction kind of figures it out. And then I guess spot transform and translate. I think that was another way to do it, or maybe that's a deprecated way to do it. But this is what really is going to do it. Body that move position, transform dot position. So I think that's the transform of the sprite, of the current sprite. And then plus move direction. So that's this times time dot delta time. So one thing we want to do, all right, so that's actually, instead of saying one line of code, that's actually 4 lines of code. Oh wait, actually no, hold on. Move direction is all up here and stuff too. So let's do a search for move direction. So I guess move direction looks like it's a vector. Yeah, vector 0, move direction. So I'm gonna start a new notepad file. Yeah, start a new notepad file just to have just to be able to hold text. I'm gonna open that so you guys can see it. Because these windows are kind of a little small. If I had 2 monitors, it might make it a little bit easier, but these windows are kind of small for like editing code between 2 different things. Actually, let me stop this. Just so it's not taking up processing power. So we're basically gonna copy code from here. So basically every line that references move direction to here. And we're gonna use this little sidebar to kind of figure out where we are. I think that there might actually be some extra code. This dot transform position equals position if blah blah blah, and then up to here, I guess. Okay, so let's make this a little bigger. Oh, all right, you know what? For right now, this notepad is going to take over most of the screen. Okay, so this is declaring the variable, and this is initializing it, even though it looks like this is initializing it already. But that's cool. It doesn't hurt to double initialize it. So you're just it's actually no, my mistake. That's actually initializing on every loop, on every frame, the beginning of every frame. So it's actually resetting to 0, which is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that since it's doing that, it's always gonna have a new value for move direction. So let's see what that is. We can just look here, I guess. If move direction 0 equals true, move dir 0. So this is some kind of array. Then move direction equals vector 350. So it's move direction 0 is saying it's if you're holding right, if the direction is right, then move 50 in the direction of x, 0 in y, 0 in z. So I'm guessing direction 1 is left because it's minus 50 in the x, so that's left. And then 50 in the y, minus 50 is up and down. And then move direction 0 and 2. So 0 and 2 is right and up. So it's going to want to move both right and up, 50 in the x and 50 in the y. And then etc. Like, it's just different combinations of stuff. So I'm guessing somewhere up in the, where I say, you know, detect the key for right, let's say, there's something that says move direction 1. Yeah, move direction 1 is true. So I think this might be the mouse movement. Okay, so basically, instead of changing the position value and changing the temporary value and just putting that in for the sprite's position, it's saying, hey, move direction is this, put this, move dir is this, put this value into move direction. And then at the bottom, it's taking move direction. Do I need to make this wider? Yeah. It's taking move direction and it's running it into this function. And then it's storing it back into itself. It's multiplying that by move speed. This isn't getting done. And then it's using the physics function to, the body function, I guess, to move it to a new position, or to move it, I guess, to create a vector, because it has the delta time in it, so that kind of controls like the speed. So I don't know if delta time is like a built-in system variable. It looks like it is, so we're just going to be able to use that. All right, so let's go over to our dud script, which controls the little Goomba looking character. And let's see, actually, one more thing that we might need to do is move the array. So bool move dir. Yeah, as you can see, I actually wrote a comment that says 0 equals right, 1 equals left, etc. So we can also copy that and use it. Okay, so I'm not super good at doing comments. I don't have that many comments, but yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm okay with comments. Like where at my job now, I'm okay with comments. But this, to me, like making games is still kind of new to me. So I'm kind of still just figuring it out. And I'll get used to writing comments at some point. Let's see. Okay, so I think that's all the pieces we need. So let's go over here to the Goomba quote unquote script. Please don't sue me, Nintendo. And let's, first thing we should just do is just create the variable here. And we could just paste that in. And that's not really gonna break the code or anything. That's just a variable. We can choose not to use it, etc. So it should be fine. And then the other thing we're gonna do is, actually, I think we missed another thing. Move direction has to be reset at the beginning of everything. So let's copy that too. Bam. And then we're gonna copy this and paste it over here into the update. Bam. Okay, so actually we're not gonna need move direction. What is it, 2 and 3? Up and down, right? Because he only moves to the left and the right. As far as this enemy is concerned, he only moves to the left and right. So I don't even care about it that much. I'm gonna give him a 2 and change that to 2. You don't have to change this to 2, but if we're gonna be as efficient as possible with memory, then we're gonna change that to 2. Move speed. If move speed is less than 1, move speed equals 1. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. So, oh, that's another thing. So check that out. The move speed equals screen width divided by 700. So it's kind of determined. It's like determined by the width of the screen, but it's going to be like, if it's like, what is it? 1920 by 1080, then 1920 divided by 700 is about 2 point something, so it's less than 3. And the dude move speed is 3. So that's kind of just hard coded in there, I guess, which I guess is okay. That means the enemy will never move faster than 3, so you're always gonna move at least as fast as the enemy. So that's, I mean, I'm fine with doing it like that. So we're gonna leave move speed alone for right now. So the one thing we're gonna comment out, we're gonna like not even touch the position stuff. We're going to comment out this line right here. So we're actually going to leave the local scale stuff. Move speed is minus move speed. This might be a little tricky because... No, actually no. What we can do is just say if move speed is positive, then move dir 1 is true. And if move speed is negative, move dir 2 is true. Or 0 and 1, not 1 and 2. I think that's really all we have to do. So that it makes things a little bit easier. So I work with SQL at my job. So comments are just dash dash. But I have to remember it's actually slash slash for C++ or C Sharp. Okay. So since we changed that, we're gonna copy okay, so we need these two statements, 0 and 1. And so Dynamite Dude can move diagonally. So diagonally is kind of like up and right pressed at the same time, for example. But the enemy is only going to move left or right. So we're not going to need these cases where it's like 0, 0 and 2, 0 and 3. And you can't actually even have 0 and 1 because they're opposite directions and you're not going to end up moving. So what I'm going to do is have this here. This dash score local scale equals scale right here. We're going to paste it. If move dir is true. And then we're going to determine, actually, we don't even have to say if move dir is true. We can still use move speed. So if if move speed is greater than 1 or is greater than 0, and if move speed is less than 0. So did I do that in the right order? I think I did. So if move speed is positive, move positive 50. If move speed is negative, move negative 50. Okay, so that just determines move direction. So now it's just a matter of having move direction transform blah blah blah, move direction times move speed, and then this. So actually move speed is going to be negative. So actually we might not even need two different cases. We could just say move direction. So let's try that. Let's comment this out. Comment, 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 comment. And I think I missed the line anyway. A bracket. Okay. So we're just gonna have move direction equals move blah 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 50. So and then so this here should determine this should determine the direction just by multiplying it by a negative number. So body seems like it might be a variable over here. Let's check and see if it is. Body, 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 body. About to get bodied over here. Okay, so let's do a control F for body. Rigid body 2D. Okay. So that's a rigid body. I'm not sure if it has a rigid body. So let's go back over here to the code. To the Unity interface. We're gonna go to the prefabs, and I know I'm blocking the view. Whoops. How do I select the notepad thing? Oh, okay. Notepad. Is that the notepad? No, this is this. All right, let me scroll this down off the screen a little bit. And the notepads, let me scroll them over and under and whatnot. All right, so let me find the prefab for this guy. So are you able to see? So right here, he's got a sprite renderer, he's got an animator, he has a box collider, and he has a rigid body. Okay, so he does have a rigid body. And I believe it's activated. So I'm just making sure of that because it looks like it's using some kind of like rigid body command. So if you didn't have a rigid body, it wouldn't work. And I don't think the guys on the menu, the sprites on the menu, I don't think they have rigid bodies. So, all right, let's give that a shot. So body, we have to copy that. Rigid body 2D, body equals get component, rigid body 2D. Okay, so I think that should work. And then what part of the code is that in? In the start, in the update, in the update. So, all right, so I'm just gonna put this here. And it's just called body. That's a hilarious name. We're gonna get bodied. Okay, so let's compile that. See if it compiles. Okay, looks like it did. Basically, if it moves, it's gonna be it's working if it moves. Yeah, so it looks like he's moving. He looks like he's facing the wrong way. But other than that, so I might just need to change the negative, I guess, somewhere. Okay, let me pick a level where we have two different types of monsters. This level, I guess. I just want to make sure that they start walking in the same direction, which I don't think they are walking in the same direction. It's so hard to tell. Okay, they don't walk in the same direction. So there's a negative somewhere that needs to be flipped. Otherwise, I think it's working okay. And then the move speed seems a little bit on the slow side. Yeah, it's a little bit on the slow side, but we might just fix that. Instead of using the screen width, whatever we're using, we might just use a constant. And just double checking that this has a rigid body. These, I don't think they have a rigid body. But I think we should be able to add a rigid body and then make it a trigger, I guess, or something like that. So that it doesn't interact with anything else. Simulated. Okay. I don't know what any of that stuff is. So wait, maybe I'm thinking of the collider. The collider is a trigger, right? And then this one should be a trigger. So do these guys have a collider? They don't. So we have to add a collider and a rigid body. Or maybe we don't even need the collider. All right. I am 100% not even sure. I started doing this such a long time ago that I don't remember exactly all this collider stuff and whatnot. So, okay, so I swear I used to be able to just select the window. Yeah. Oh, because they overlap. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, there's a negative. It's going in a negative direction. So yeah, so it looks like we didn't even need the move direction. So we can just delete that completely. Direction. Yeah, move direction we're using. Where did we determine here? So we might just say negative here and then let it just take care of itself. Right? I don't know. I think that's pretty much all we need. Whoa, what did I just do? Erase. Oh, okay, yeah, that was commented out. Okay, so let's try that. Let's see if I could just hide this window for right now. Actually, no, I'm gonna forget to bring it back. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, good. It's facing the right way. For some reason, the sprite seems off. Like the face should be a little bit more forward on the body, I guess. Okay, so looks like it's working. So we got it working. That kind of took 26 minutes. Okay, so it took a little longer than I thought. It ended up being a bunch of lines of codes, but then we got rid of some stuff. So it kind of works out, I guess. But now that we did it once, we're going to be able to do it a lot faster. I just want to load this scene up right here. I just want to look at the sprites. Well, they're gonna have the new script on them, so this is when I was testing it. Originally, I made this scene. This guy kind of just walks through the oh wow, this is not even the right script. This guy just kind of walks through the block, and then the rest of them stop at the block, and these guys stop at the rock, and this guy digs under the rock. So I was just testing a bunch of different things. I just threw a bunch of stuff on there. Kind of want to see what script this guy has on him. Dude, script. So I wonder why that's not working. Oh, maybe he doesn't have a body, a rigid body. Okay, so let's go back to the main game. Yeah, okay, so it must be something with the rigid body or something. Okay, so we have one enemy working a little bit better now. And then the only thing is really to change the move speed and make it a constant. Which, I mean, for right now, it's fine. It doesn't have to be a specific speed. It can be whatever speed it's running at currently. So, let's go back to here. Stop this. And then, okay, so sorry, I was I'm telling you, I'm getting like kind of foggy. So hopefully I can get to sleep in about half an hour, because I think 12:30 is fine for me. All right, so again, so now we just have to repeat the same kind of script thingies, and that's just This is really like extra stuff. I don't even know why I'm doing it, but it just kind of was bothering me a little bit. So why not? The move direction. Move direction. Okay, so that's the only variable. Move direction. You copy that into here. And then the rigid body. So this guy should be the same. He only moves left and right. So we won't have to change anything new. Update. We're just putting that right at the update. Yeah, pretty much. Whoops. Move direction. Actually, all this stuff is going first. No, just the move direction. Vector 0. Yeah, the rest is, I'm gonna leave it alone. So I'm gonna put this here. And then the move direction stuff. I think we could basically copy all this. Copy. Wait, didn't we comment something out? Oh, this right here. Okay. So we'll just find wherever pausing this transform is happening. And we'll put pause in there. And that should be it, actually. So let's see if that works. I'm sorry if you guys were able to see the code or not. So this was the code that was pasted in. Let's see if that works. Yeah, so he's moving at the same speed as the little Goomba characters. He's still able to dig underneath, and he still changes direction now. Okay, so that's fine. He's just moving a little bit slower. Whoa. My bad. I don't think the speed changes on the fly. I think it's determined when the thing starts. So the wider it is, the faster they move. But I'm gonna try to make that so that it's as close to 3 as possible. Or maybe I'll just make it 3 or like 2.9 maybe. Maybe I'll make it 2.9. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. Move speed. Int move speed. Oh, it's an int? That's not good. So it's probably truncating. It's like rounding down to 2. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna make it float move speed. Float move speed equals 2.9 semicolon. All right, so 2.9f. Okay, so I hope that doesn't mess up the little move multiplication. If it does, then oh well, we might have to change it back. So I'm also going to comment it out here and change that to 2.9f. And let's see how that goes. So they should all be slightly slower than Dynamite Dude. And it's not going to be based on screen width. Okay, they are like lightning fast. Okay, but they're slightly slower than Dynamite Dude. Maybe make that a 2.6 or something? I don't know. Oh, I gotta stop this. 2.6. 2.6. Attach. My lips are super dry. I'm sorry if I keep licking them. It's really cold nowadays. So, all right. So 2.6, 2.5. They still seem like super fast. So I might just bring it down to 2.5, and then at some point I'll experiment with that to see if it's any better. Okay, so that was basically a lot of time spent for just like a little bit of a speed tweak, but it kind of crosses that thing off the list, so I'll take that. So then the last thing is here. There's a couple of scripts, I guess. For D-pad dude and for the dynamite, I guess. So let's start with D-pad dude. We have move speed 2. Let's make that move speed 3. No, let's keep that as 2. I think that'll be good. So we're gonna do the same thing with the move direction. Move direction. Just plop that in there, whatever. But now we have to add a rigid body, right? So let's actually copy the rest of the stuff. Move direction is this. Paste that into the update. Rigid body thing. So we gotta remember to add the rigid body. I'm pretty sure. And then move this dot transform position if walk sync equals true. Else this dot transform move speed equals minus move speed. This dot transform position. So I actually should move this dot transform position to the outside. Since it's happening on both either case. And then, well, I'm gonna comment that out. And then what? Then I should make sure there's no other reference to that. Yeah, okay. So then I'm gonna copy from here this stuff. And I might have to change direction on that. I have no idea. I have no idea if I did it the same way as the way I did it here, but that should be pretty simple. That should be it, I guess. And then we'll go over here. We're gonna bring up the menu. And he doesn't seem to be walking. He doesn't seem to be turning around anymore. So let's add the rigid body over here on prefab. Let's select D-pad dude. Making sure you guys can see that. Okay. And then just add component. Oh, I guess you guys can't see that menu. Physics 2D. Rigid body? Rigid body 2D. Okay. So I don't think I actually need to do a collider. So let's see what happens with that. Oh, what's going on there? So he's moving down. So that means I think gravity's applying to him, which it shouldn't. Use auto mass. Gravity scale. How do I usually do gravity? I think you have to set gravity scale to like 0.01 or something. Or no, you can do 0. Okay, so yeah, apparently that's kind of the thing with Unity, is a little bit annoying how like it automatically adds all the physics. Like if you're playing in 2D, well, I mean, in 3D it makes sense. In 2D, you don't necessarily want to add gravity. So that's one thing. And then for some reason he's not moving to the right. So let's see. Oh, you know what? There's probably another position being changed. Move this over. POSN. Position equals this, that transfer position plus equals move C. Oh, that's it. So there's something weird happening. Actually, let's try that. Maybe something with the rigid body messed it up and didn't let it move to the right. Nope. Okay, for some reason it's not moving to the right. And he's just gonna walk off the screen. Not even a problem. Just go ahead and do it. See ya. Okay. So why the heck is that happening? I might only have that. I might have put it in the wrong spot. Yeah, so I think this is only under the else. Oops. Yeah, that should be, all this stuff should be on the outside. Okay, so at least it was an easy find. Should be here. Okay, so that should work. That is even more awesome. It's like he's walking, but then he kind of looks back. He's like watching his back. That's pretty dope. And he kind of moonwalks too. It's pretty hilarious. This is the best part about game making, guys, is that you get to experience these random little glitches. All right. Anyway, let's keep going with this. Apparently, we have it out. We still don't have it in the right place. Let's see. Can we make this so that it just goes to the side? There you go. Right. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So that's better. Hope you guys could see that. So this is the issue right here. This block of code. It's just in the wrong spot. What we can also do is we can move it back to where it was, which was in here, I think. Actually, I probably should have left it there, shouldn't I have? Okay, so if walk sync equals true, else blah blah blah. So walk sync is what? Walk sync determines the direction. Yeah, so if walk sync equals true, else move speed equals move speed scale. Okay, you know what? Is move speed still minus equals move speed? Okay, so move speed isn't being changed. Isn't being multiplied by negative. Yeah, so that's why I was saying like I might have done it differently. So here, move speed is being multiplied by negative move speed. And here, it's an if statement. Or no, it's just, yeah, it's being controlled by the if statement, whether it's plus or minus. Which makes sense because it's not dynamic, it's more of a based on the timer. So it's either gonna move left or right, it's not gonna. So instead of having this like walk sync equals true, walk sync equals false, it should just be move speed equals negative move speed. All right, let's try that and see if that works. And if that works, we're just gonna keep it. And leave that code there where it is. Or we can move it down to underneath this if statement. So let's see if that works. I think that's gonna work, to be honest. It might be negative. It might start moving to the left and then go to the right. There you go. Okay, so make this positive, and then that should work. Still moving pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not even sure if that was even worth doing all that. Move direction equals 50, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, actually, you know what? It looks like he's moving fast because he's much smaller. So, yeah, so let's run this again, actually. He's much smaller than Dynamite Dude, the main sprite. So, actually, this is not the greatest level. So relatively, it looks like he's moving faster, but he's not actually. So what we're gonna do is actually, let's change this to a float again, and then make it float. Move speed. But you guys get the idea. We're kind of, I mean, we're not running out of time. I'm running out of time in terms of going to sleep. So I'm just going to leave that like that and try to just move on to the next thing. Yeah, that's a little bit slower, so I kind of like that. So we still need to do the dynamite here because that's, I mean, it's not necessarily bad for it to go that fast, but it looks a little too fast compared to how it moves in the game. So we're gonna fix that. The only one thing I actually want to add, he's bugging me, is to repeat the enter for return, so that I could press return and not just enter. Well, for me on my keyboard it's enter. And I always known the one on the right, on the left to be enter, and the one on the numpad to be return. But I guess not. Unity doesn't consider it like that. All right, so we're just gonna go to Control F, return. Or enter? Okay, enter. And we're gonna copy. Oh no, we could just say if key down equals enter or equals return. That should be it. We don't have to redo all that code. Wow, man. When you're like underslept for the whole day, I don't even feel sleepy. I just feel like kind of like a headache going on. Okay, so return and enter. Okay. Another nice little bug. Okay, so we need to put that into the unpause script as well. Return, and then attach to Unity. It's a good thing I tried that. Alright, so that was just something that was bugging me, I guess. But it was also not that big of a deal. At some point, so I've been using like enter, return, escape, left, right, and then like specific like ZX. But there's a way to in Unity to say like joystick button 1, joystick button 2, etc. And then you can, I think you can map those buttons to keys. And it's better to do it that way because if somebody's using a controller, it'll just work instead of having to also do separate inputs for controllers. And not only that, if they change the key assignment in the Unity option thing, it'll automatically just work for them. So, or you watching this, you're gonna play it. You don't want to really go through all this trouble of setting up your keys and stuff like that. So, it should be in my best interest to do that for you. Let me just reply to a text right now. So yeah, okay, so that being said, let's go back to our notepad here. We can actually close this one because we extracted what we needed from that code and we didn't actually need all of that code. So we're good on that. Can you guys see this other notepad? Yeah, so walking speed, pretty much done. So we could just delete that. Credits for beating the game. Ping file into Unity, create new scene. Unlock it as level 51 when you beat the game. Let's make the scene condense the space. Yeah, it's kind of an annoying amount of things. Let's see if the credits are in here. And the sprites. Yeah, so these are the credits. Oh yeah, right now I have like a mini version of the credits on the title screen. So if you go here, it's just on the title screen because I want to give the guy credit for music because it's not my music. And he requires that if you use his music, you put that in the credits. So, I don't know if you guys could actually read that. No, you can't. So, whoops. Notepad. Get rid of that. And highlight this other notepad. Yeah, there you go. Those credits down there. So I'm gonna move this down here again. I don't really want to do all of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the scene. So out here in assets, we'll just right click here, create, and then new scene, and we'll call it credits. What a fantabulous name for a screen, for a scene, I should say. Credits, and all that's gonna be is probably like a quad or something. Or do I even need a quad? I don't think I do. I'll just put the credits like directly into here. So if we go to sprites, credits, apparently this is, it's cut into a frame or something. I don't even know. So I'm just gonna put that there. That looks amazing. I don't even see the thing. Okay, anyway, we're gonna just change the scale to be 5 by 5. No, too big, 3 by 3. I don't even see the sprite. What happened to it? Oh, what the? That's so dumb. Okay, anyway. Or I could even make it scroll like this. If I set the background to black, can I do that? I don't even know how to do that. Whatever. So anyway, I just want to do this. Hopefully that'll say art. One day that'll say art by somebody who can actually do art. Yeah, so maybe I should have gotten the aspect ratio of this a little bit better. 2 by 2. I mean, so yeah, that's, I mean, that's correct. This should be 16 by 9. Oh, I guess we could just do that for now. That looks terrible. All right, we're just gonna do that for now. Watch me forget. All right, so that's that. So that's that scene is created. And now I think what we'll do is just, for right now, we'll create a case 51 for level 51. And then instead of calling the level the main game, we're gonna call the credits scene. Let me stop this. This is what, level selector. And int character. So I guess we already have a variable to hold which character, a variable to hold what's going to be unlocked. I don't know what sprite new sprite is. Trying to figure out where this selects the level. Wow, that was a great job of spelling there. Main game, okay, input key return. Okay, so space Z escape. Okay, so so here I wrote the same code out 4 times like an idiot, where I could have just done this. Used an OR statement, followed by another OR statement, followed by another OR statement, followed by an OR statement. Oh yeah, and then an OR statement. Let me just make sure I did this correctly. So where I have the enter and the return, I don't have to say if twice. Okay, good. I don't know. I just have to double check that. Space. So basically any of those keys will start the game. And this way now if I have it all under one if statement, then I can write if level is 51, then do the credits. We're probably not going to be able to test it. We're not going to be able to actually test it, but we can just assume it works. Input, missed the parentheses somehow. Yeah, actually we missed a couple of parentheses, this and this. No, wait. No, my bad. We added parentheses that we didn't need. Okay. Then we can get rid of enter. So we have return, enter, space, and Z. We could get rid of enter, space, Z. And that's probably going to change to the Unity confirm button or whatever it is. Ow, my hair is like tangled. I always have to pick out these little knots. All right, there. I don't know if you guys saw that. All right, so set in stage cursor. So I'm gonna say if cursor equals 51, do one thing, else do that. And you know what? I'm so paranoid, I'm gonna include my parentheses. In my opinion, that's good practice to not have an if or an else without parentheses, because I mean really all you're doing is saving like two bytes, but you're making your code that much safer. I don't know, that's just me. I mean, it works, it's fine, it works on its own, but like let's say you add stuff later and you forget that it doesn't have the bracket, then you're fucked. So yeah, I'm gonna copy this to here. Bam. So in theory, if we could get to if we could select level 51, it would wait, what am I saying? If we could select level 51, it could it would open the scene. Yeah, it would open the scene. That's all. And so now one thing we kind of have to do is back here on the scene, we have to create a script. And all we want that script to do is, oh crap, Jesus Christ, what did I just do? Oh, let's call that, no. Delete that. No, I don't want to do that. Ignore. So back here, create script. Make sure you name it properly. Oh crap. I said I was going to reply to a text, but I didn't. Okay, so make sure you name it. Exit or credits script. I mean, all we're going to make it do is exit, but we might want to add more functionality to the credits later, like scrolling or whatever. So we're just gonna give it the generic name of credit script. But for right now, all it's gonna do is reload. Oh, come on, man, just leave me alone. All it's gonna do is do this, basically. It's gonna take all these. Copy. New behavior script. I don't want new behavior script. That's not even a script anymore. I deleted it. I want credit script. Let me make sure new behavior script isn't there. And it's not. Okay, so here, all we want to do is add. Wait, do we need to set that up? I think we do. We may need to include some stuff. Level selector. Maybe I'm just maybe I just copy too much. Cursor. No, I don't even care if cursor equals anything. I'm not changing any of that. Move this up here. Escape. I think I have too many parentheses somehow. Okay, so yeah, let's get rid of this. And then let's get rid of this. Bam. So if any of those keys are pressed, scene manager dot load screen, load script, load scene, level select. Oops, level select. All right, time now is 12:40. Unity engine, using Unity engine dot scene management. Okay, so I need this. Hope you guys could see all that. I keep forgetting to check. Okay, so scene management, I'll attach to Unity. Bam. So, I mean, really all we can do is if we press any of the enter, Z, X, or escape, it should bring us back to the level select. But currently we don't have a way to get there. Not only do we need it to be level 51, but then we also need to unlock all that. I don't really feel like doing that right now. So credits are somewhat in the game. So it's a few less steps of adding the credits. All those few steps that we did, we don't have to do in the future anymore. So let's cross this off on our notepad, even though it's, well, actually, I don't know. I kind of want to keep the rest of that stuff because that would be nice to have. Okay, the last thing, and that is to add the Sprite of Dynamite Dude, or the main character. Let's just say, maybe. Oh, I know how we can test it actually. So, sorry, I was gonna make dumb noises. So, what we could do is go to the level select script, and instead of having it be level 51, we can make it like level 5. Let's just say, right? And so we won't be able to play level 5, but at least we'll be able to see that this works. Save. What the heck? Oh, it's like super zoomed in. And the freaking... What the heck? Okay, that's a little more censored. So we should be able to select level 5. And that'll take us to the credits. Credits couldn't be loaded because it's not been added to the build settings. Okay, so one more thing you have to do in Unity. I think it's over here, build settings. You have to make sure you add the scene. Add open scenes. Okay, so I might have to just open that scene. Save. Build settings, add open scenes, ban. I don't think we have to build, right? So let's go back to main game. Play. So I mean, the fact that we got an error means that it should work, I guess. Level 5. Credits, bam, woohoo! And that actually doesn't look super stretched. Oh wait, but it's cropped. Damn. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna have to add more black space to the side of that image so that it's like, it has like extra black space padding. So if it gets cropped, it'll crop out the black space. All right, so that's cool. That's working. So let's stop this and change that back to 5. Change the 5 back to 51. And then attach the Unity, then stop. Okay, so now in the code, we're gonna have it so that the background can spawn Dynamite Dude. And we are gonna have a script if we don't have one here. All that's gonna do is it's gonna look at the character value and figure out which character it is and load that specific character. My guys. So we're gonna have to do it the same way we did with the menu items. So I guess we gotta create a script. So I think the better way to create a script is to create it from inside the folder. Right click, create C# script, character spawn. I think we're doing really good on this. This is much better than I thought I'd be doing. It's been like 2 years that I haven't made this game, and it's basically taking me like the span of 2 weeks or something. Oh Jesus. Saving up all this auxiliary for this game. In the words of Shofu to beat down. Okay, so character. Of course, we're gonna have to reload all once again. Character spawn. And we should also just open up the menu. What's it called? The menu one? No, it's in dude script, I guess. Dude script. Where is it? Dude script. Okay, dude script. And we're gonna have to use all this stuff. If possible. So it's a total of 6 characters. Don't even worry about the coordinates or anything like that. So actually we're gonna have to do an object, a vector, and that's it. Okay. So we're gonna paste that in. We only want this to happen once. So we're putting that in the start. We haven't named any of those, so don't even worry about that yet. Let's scroll up here and grab that stuff. So we're gonna want a vector for each thing and an object. So let's do the game objects first. We're just gonna take 6. I mean, we're gonna rename this. We don't have to copy 6 of them. Bam. And then the vectors. 6 vectors. We're gonna rename them. And they're all gonna be the same position anyway. So really we only need 1 vector. And we're gonna we didn't even need a vector, do we? We just need to say this new vector 3 blah blah blah. Well, let's make it a vector just so that's all at the top and we don't have to bother with that. Okay, so we're gonna name each one of these something different. So public game object dude, public game object dudette. Dynamite dudette. Public game object brother. Public game object sister. Public game object dud. That's what I call the Goomba. Dynamite dud. And mole. And then vector is going to be we can just call that pausing. And then instantiate, so we're going to use do that, blah, blah, blah. And then the vectors, they're all going to be pausing. So that's good. We only need 1 pausing. Thank the Lord. So that's going to be do that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to have to just type that out. Dude. Do that. Actually, it might be faster if I just use the keyboard. Brother. Sister. Dud. And then mole. Alright, it's almost 1 o'clock, so I think we're pretty decent on time. 1 o'clock, I should be able to function tomorrow. I should be functional, hopefully, if I don't have too much sleep. And then we just need a character, int character, to hold whatever the selected character is. Okay, so in character, I guess we'll do 1 to 6 or it's 0 to 5. Doesn't matter. I'd rather do 1 just to use counting numbers. Character. In the future, I want to be able to do like different costumes. So I'm not even sure how that would work in Unity. Because it would just be, because they're different characters, but then you would need different costumes for each character. So those would all be different prefabs. I don't know. We'll think about that when the time comes, I guess. Void start character. All right, so we don't really have to represent it. Oh, actually, wait. We can represent it on the level selector because we do have a dynamite dude in there. On the level selector. No, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we're actually going to have to spawn and despawn and do all that stuff again. Ugh. Okay. So okay, we could do this. We could take like 10-15 minutes to do this. Okay, so character. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use 2 buttons, and it's gonna be R and L, let's just say. So just because that's what it was on Vita. So the same place where we did our enter for the credits and stuff, we are gonna do X and Y, or X and L, or R and L. All right, so I'm actually have not played Pokemon today at all, so I'm falling behind. Tomorrow I'm gonna reward myself for playing that. I'm not gonna play it now, so I could actually get to sleep. Yesterday I played Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario Odyssey for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I streamed it. And then, okay, so that wasn't that bad. I went to sleep at a decent time. Or I got off of that at a decent time, but then I spent like 2 hours on Instagram. I was like, no. I guess all those 4 hours worth of work kind of made me want to do whatever, like 4 hours worth of vegging out. Alright, so anyway, if we're just gonna copy this, I guess. And then change it to R and L. I think it's lowercase r and lowercase l. Bam. Okay, so let's get rid of this. No, okay, so yeah, this is gonna be easy. So character ++. I don't know if that actually works. Let's see if that works, actually. Character ++. Character -. So we can't just do ++, because then it'll go beyond the 6, or -will go beyond the 1. So I could say, well, no, yeah, if character, so we can, we can make it so that it loops around, or we can make it so that, you know, Dynamite Dude is always the first one, and then the mole is always the last one. So, all right, we're not gonna worry about unlocking stuff now, or like which character is unlocked. We're just gonna allow the user to just pick whatever, because this is the beta. So let's make Dynamite Dude number 1, and then let's not make it loop around. So I'm just gonna say if character greater than 1, do this, and if character less than 5, man, making games is so much fun. What have I been doing for the last all this time? I don't even know. Okay, so character equals 5, and then I'm gonna set that into the character. I'm gonna do one of these. No, I'm gonna do one of these. Character player prefs, that's set int. Copy that. So this is like the weirdest thing, because it's like a variable that you don't really have to set up. You just give it a name and it works. So the player prefs is just like a consistent variable for the person that's playing the game, and you can just use that globally. So that's how I've been using like global variables between scenes. There's a way to say, like, if Dynamite Dude has a variable on himself, then an enemy can see his variable, or he can see an enemy's variable. And you don't necessarily have to do global variables like that. But this is how I've been doing, like, between scenes. Character, not max stage. So this is level selector, right? Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that that was compiled. And within the dude script, or no, not the dude script, in level generator. So I actually meant to modify level generator first, but level selector, we had to change stuff in level selector anyway. So I'm gonna use int character, and to start that I will use player blah 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 dot get int. So I'll say character equals get int character. So what that's doing is it's looking back at the variable set by the previous scene. It's getting that variable, it's putting into character on this scene, and then that's going to be able to I'm just making sure I typed in set in. That's going to be able to set the character that was set on the level select screen. Okay. So what we got to do now is we have to make it spawn Dynamite Dude. And I think I put that into dude script. No, I put that into level selector. No, where did I put that? Maybe I did put it in level generator. No, where did I put those 6 variables that we made? Oh no. Remember, we copied all that. I have no idea. I might have put it into credit script or something. Nope. Character spawn. Oh, it's its own script. Wait. Why didn't I put that into level generator or level? Okay, I don't know actually. Okay, whatever. So, character selector. So this, you know what, like, it's funny because I put a lot of stuff into one script and attached it to one sprite. And I could have still attached it to the sprite, but could have put a lot of stuff in separate scripts. Like just the movement in one script. Well, I guess you need movement, collision detection. And that's pretty much like everything, so never mind. Alright, so anyway, let's just keep it like this in character spawn. And let's attach character spawn to here. This is level, this is main game, right? It's got the level generator. Alright, let's just attach character generator here. Script, character spawn. And now all we have to do, you guys probably can't see this right now. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this. Visual Studio. And so we're down here right now in this area. So we're gonna go to prefab. We're gonna take dude, connect that there, do that, brother, sister. And as you can tell, I kind of rushed these sprites, but we'll fix that when we have an artist, I guess. Okay. All right, so that's set up. So like, we just have to. We have all this stuff set up, and all we have to do is spawn. So really, all we have to figure out is the position. 35, no, that's the scale. So minus 482, 199. Sure. I guess we can make that 480 and then 199, or we can make that 200. Okay, so all right, let's try that. Actually, it's gonna spawn 6 sprites, and they're all dead. Yay! Oh, and actually, they all got killed by the. That is amazing. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's do that again, though. Bam! They all died. So, actually, those we should have separate. Character versions of these sprites, of these prefabs. So that it's actually a player controlled thing, not a not an actual monster. Okay, so let's see if we could just do that. Control C, Control V. Does that work? Oh no, I think it's Control D for duplicate. Okay, so we could just call this dude dud or char dud, player dud. And we can call this one, we could duplicate this one also and call it player mole. Okay, so what we have to actually do is tag this as dude, I think. Tag this as dude. Because they're all dudes. Okay, good. So, and then go back to here and make this, so this should be step 1. So they're not gonna instantly die. Hopefully. Okay, good. So I should actually be able to control all of these guys, which is awesome. And they don't get killed by each other. Okay, so I guess those ones have different colliders. We have to add the correct script. So this guy, he should not use the dud script. And this one should not use the mole script. It should use the dude script. So yeah, it's spawning 6, which is okay for now. We'll fix that later. Dude script. Add component. Script. Dude script. And then the rigid body we'll have to fix. Wait. Oh yeah, then we have to add all this nonsense. Ugh. Oh, we have to add that for everybody. Damn it. All right, so we probably should have copied dude at the end, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get this going. There's a little bit more to do. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe those all of these should be on the background. All these commands should be on the background instead of the dude. Okay, so as of right now, we're not going to be able to pause as any other character. We're not going to be able to pause, but that's okay. So as we continue, we're just going to make sure the colliders are the same and the oh great, it's like in a different order. The colliders and the, so this should not be a trigger. Then anything else. Then the collider just has to make sure that it's the right size. You know what? That's okay. It's fine the way it is. Okay, let's just collapse this. Collapse this. Oh, I still can't see anything. All right, rigid body. Start awake, discrete, no interpolation, freeze the Z rotation. Yeah, let's do that. Freeze the Z. Okay, so now for the collider. I mean, I guess there should be different sizes. And then just make this not a trigger. Okay, so hopefully they should all work the same way now. Good, so now they kind of push each other away, which is how it should work. Bam. Okay, actually there's one dude that's just there. That's there already, and then another one spawns, so that's why we have two dudes. And both dudes actually spawn the menu, but they're perfectly in sync. So it only shows up as one. Okay, so we could actually just delete this guy. Has not been assigned. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Whew, that's a lot of assigning. That is a lot of assigning. Okay, so I think we're gonna have it so that the background spawns the menu. Okay, so right now we're actually spawning the character, so that's dope. I'm very happy with that. Wow. All right, so I think we're about to hit 2 hours pretty soon. Kind of done here, to be honest. I think we're pretty on a good path here. So the only thing I want to do here is void start. Do I have it? I'm gonna just say character equals get int character. Okay, so and then based on the character, the value in character, based on that, that's who it's gonna pick as the thing. So if we go back to level generator, I think we have a switch statement. Level generator. Switch. We do a switch based on character. Case 1, case 2, blah, blah, blah. Case 1 and case 1 break, case 2 break, blah, blah, blah. All the way up to case 50. And we have a default. I thought that needed an end, but I guess it doesn't. Okay, so let's just do switch character. Oops. Character. Open brackets. Then close brackets down here. Case 1, that, and then break. I hope I'm doing this right. Case 2 colon. It doesn't really matter that much, I guess. Break. Case 3 colon. Break. Case 4 colon. Break. Case 5 colon. And then break should be at the bottom. My bad. break case 6. Break, and then defaults, colon, and default will default to case 1, or you know what it says for case 1. And then break, I guess. Okay, so let's just double check that. Switch variable in parentheses. Let's just so it's aligned. Let's do that. So yeah, I'm actually learning a lot about scripts and how they can be made more efficient. This isn't really the most efficient. Oh, it doesn't like this? Come on, man. It's just a default. Well, I guess I could do a case 7, and then it'll still instantiate the dude in position, so that's fine. Okay, so I think that's good. Let's run that and see if it works. Oh, did it work? I don't know. Here's our one dude at least. If we press R, that should give us a +1. Oh wait, that was more like a +5. L, dude. Interesting. So it works. Just for whatever reason, it goes from 1 to 5. I guess the ++ didn't work. Or maybe maybe there's some other issue. So okay, we're getting there. If it's less than 5 ++. If it's greater than 1. Minus. Oh wait. No, yeah. If the character is greater than 1. If character is less than 5, again ++. So maybe I did get key, so it should be get key down. My fault. I'm not sure where I use get key. Instead of get key down. Get key escape. Yeah, get key escape. I mean, it doesn't matter for escape, but if I'm going to be copying like that, then let's use get key down, shall we? Yeah, we shall. Okay, so that's the issue. Because get key down, if you press a key, it'll only detect the key you press once. But if you press get key, it'll detect the key as long as you hold it. And since most of us aren't fast enough to put it down for just 1 millisecond, it's actually going to increment by a lot. So it's just gonna max out at the latest one. So you're actually not gonna be able to choose the mole character, because it's on. Uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, because it gets initialized to 1. Okay, I guess the level just got beaten somehow. Okay, yeah, I gotta figure that out for some reason. That happens for some reason. I thought it would get fixed with something I did yesterday, but I guess not. So, 2 things. We have to initialize it based on our global variable, quote unquote. And then we have to see if we can update the character on the screen. So now a problem with that is that we are going to spawn the, if we spawn the prefabs, then it's going to have the ability to move, which is not good. We don't want that. But we can technically use our script here again, our character spawn script. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm saying maybe not because we're gonna want to do it dynamically, where we can press R or L. And we're not gonna be able to use. Well, no, we can still. We'll have to. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. That's fine. Yeah, so character select is somewhat working. Oh yeah, then the other thing was to set the character select based on the value it was before, not always started at 1. So void start character. So I think I did this with max stage, which I'm like reading it off the screen. If max stage is less than 1, max stage equals 1. Player prefs max stage. Okay, so it gets this, and I guess if there's nothing filled in, it's just a 0. And then if it's less than 1, make it equal to 1. And then it writes 1 into the thing. Okay, so I could do the same thing and just substitute character for character. That seems to work for stage, I guess. And then just change character here. Okay. Woo. Ow, that kind of hurt. And then just use the same thing. And we're gonna put it underneath this unlock. Unlock equals, because we're not gonna change what unlock is. Character less than 1. Character equals 1. And then character. Okay, so now it should read the character. So now, if we exit the level, press R, it should be Dynamite do that. If we exit, press R, it should be Brother Dynamite. There we go. So it saves. Press L, it should be back to do that. Bam. Level beaten. Oh. So it looks like if you exit the level and then enter, then exit, then enter, you automatically beat the level. Maybe it just works on this level. Oh, there it happened again. Okay, so let's just keep entering the level. Exit. No, not that level. This level. Yeah. Okay, so that's a bug. That's on the itch.io. Known bugs. Level can lock if you play lower levels. Skill changes. Dynamite. Level randomly completes sometimes shortly after you start. So I'm guessing that's an issue with the enemy count variable. And I think that's gotta be, well, it's gotta be here, enemy counts. Current project, entire solution. I'm not really sure how that, enemy count is within the each enemy's script, right? So maybe it's also in level generator. Yeah, enemy count equals 0. So let's see. Enemy count. It's up here also. Enemy count equals 0. Maybe it's just not writing fast enough. That's gotta be it. Yeah, so maybe you might press escape before enemy count populates or something like that. And then it stays 0, and then when enemy count equals 0, then you just beat the level. Okay, so enemy count equals player prefs get in enemy count. If enemy count equals 0, win. If 1 equals true. So maybe I should just put this underneath here. And that might just solve the problem. Because well, yeah, let's put this here. No, because look, it's just getting the enemy count. Enemy count. I probably don't need to use a player pref variable for that. I should probably do that as a object variable. All right, but I mean, we kind of know where the problem is. So let me actually move that back. So that's good. I'm gonna write that in my Evernote. So good. I mean, we're kind of like tackling all the random issues with all the features slash bugs that are missing slash in there. I don't even know what I'm freaking talking about. Okay, so level randomly competes. So enemy counts in level generator script is right before win condition. So that might just be more of a turning that into a object variable instead of a global variable. Hopefully, I mean, that or something like that should work. So, all right, I think we're gonna end there. It's 1:31, so I'm in after the lock. 1:31 is far more than I expected to go. I think this was actually 2.5 hours. Yeah, so yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this type of video, just leave a comment or a like. Leave a comment if you made it this far. Leave a comment if this was like helpful in any way whatsoever. Like I mentioned yesterday, this isn't really meant to be a tutorial. It's just like you seeing how I add a feature and like the kind of process that I go through. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not just gonna keep doing this. I plan to do this until Thursday or maybe Friday, and then hopefully I'll be back to uploading Pokemon videos or something else. Part of the reason I haven't been uploading is because I've been wanting to do this, even though I haven't really been doing it. It's just been a stress in my mind. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I've been trying to do, such as taking capoeira class, taking Japanese class, trying to clean my room and my house, but there's a perpetual amount of dishes, so like I never actually finish. And there's a perpetual amount of clothes and laundry to do, so I never do enough that I make progress. I do enough that I can keep up. Maybe I'm slightly behind because I still have clothes and stuff like on my chair and on my couch. So yeah, anyway, whatever. That's just like being an adult, I guess. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. And I'm gonna click out of this. Oh, crap. I don't think I recorded some of the code that I was doing. So I'm gonna check that box just so that the code comes up. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the wrong one. Oh, that's the one. Okay. I should delete some of these, man. One of the notepads. Elgato game capture. Desktop. Alright, cool. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. You guys.